Hey, what's up, everybody? One of the things that I want to talk about is a lot of people ask me, or I should say, I just get a lot of questions about it. What are my hobbies as a pastor, as a man of God? What do I like to do for fun? And I don't know if they're asking me specifically because I am a pastor. So they're like, hey, what do you do besides church and study and write sermons and all that stuff? So I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight. One of my biggest hobbies that I absolutely love is fitness. I absolutely love going to the gym. And sometimes they'll be like, hey, you're a little over obsessive with it. Why do you track your macros so much? Meaning, why do I track my protein, my carbohydrates, my fats that I consume? It's because you're obsessed, because you want to look so good. Well, to be honest with you, a lot of it is because I have a holder that doesn't really work for my car. But what it really comes down to is it's not just because I want to look good and I want to be fit or anything like that. I have a lot of stomach problems. And because I have a lot of stomach problems, I can't really eat like greasy food, really highly carbonated drinks, like sodas and stuff. I actually had a soda yesterday. Definitely hurt my stomach. So I get really sick. But actually the result of me having stomach problems and having a very sensitive stomach, which sometimes, and a lot of times I hate because I want to indulge in some good food. It allowed me to get into fitness because I realized that when I was working out, getting my body active, I was feeling 10 times better. I was feeling a lot better. So one of my biggest hobbies that I love, and yeah, I research it all the time. I watch videos on it all the time. I absolutely love going to the gym. I love working out. To me, it's another form of stress relief, if you want to call it that as well. Maybe I'm having a bad day, or maybe my day has just been really rough, or I just can't get out of my funk. A lot of times I can go to the gym and I just feel so much better. I feel so good. I get a lot of energy from lifting. And I've had people say, hey, I'm concerned with how much you track your food. And I'm like, concerned with being healthy? And I just think it's kind of silly. It's just a hobby. I think it's a very healthy hobby to have. And it's just something I'm very passionate about. I love lifting. I love being able to track my weight. I'll gain weight intentionally so that I can mess with muscle growth, and I can mess with being able to transform my body in different ways. Yeah, and then I'll go into a cutting season like I am right now. I'll cut some weight. I'll be low carbohydrates, and I'm actually it's kind of funny is I'm cutting, but I'm kind of on a little bit of a higher carb plan because I've been cutting for quite a while and my weight plateaued. And sometimes when your body does that, mine specifically, what that means is my body is almost like too used to the food that I'm putting in, or maybe I'm not putting in enough and my metabolism doesn't really do anything. My metabolism just kind of stays the same. And so what ends up happening is I kind of just get stagnant. I plateau. So I got to kind of trick my body for my metabolism to keep on moving to be able to shred body fat. And so, yeah, I am in a calorie deficit right now, which means fat burning stage, basically, if you want to call it that. But it's something I'm passionate about. Sometimes a lot of people think that just because you're a pastor, that you have to be able to, or you should only be reading the Bible every day, that you should only be studying, that you should only be praying and worshiping. But we have other hobbies. And I know a lot of you know that. But that is one of them. Fitness is one of them. I'm very passionate about it. And I also like video games. I like to play video games. It's a way I like to bond with my kids. It's a way that I like to just have fun and get my mind out there in the sense of just let my mind relax, to be able to just do something different. Cause I can really get consumed in thinking about work and thinking about, things that are great, but sometimes I can over obsessively think about things, if that makes sense. In the essence of, man, was my message good on Sunday? Do I got enough time to write my next message? Man, are my leaders getting enough attention they need? And if I don't get a break from that, I get very stressed. I get very worn out. And I got to make sure that I'm taking time for myself to be able to do things and to be able to just have good hobbies, fun hobbies that are just life-giving, that fill my cup. So fitness and video games are those hobbies for me. Now the obvious is I love hanging out with my family. I love hiking. I love being around my kids. I mean, that's an obvious one, but I'm talking personal hobbies that I like for myself, not to sound selfish or anything. But yeah, I just got done working out. So if I'm breathing heavy, or sweaty, that's actually why. And I'm picking up my kids right now. But that's one of the things that I get. I encourage you to find a healthy hobby. And I'm not saying healthy as in like fitness and stuff like that. I'm talking one that's life-giving to you. One that's going to be able to just like fill you up, to be able, that you can even call a stress reliever as well. There's some people who say, I like to read to release stress. And I think that's fantastic. I like to read as well. I don't do it as much as I used to. I wish I did. And I like to journal. I need to journal more. But find a habit that's going to be healthy for you. Find a habit that's going to work so that your life doesn't have to evolve around that one thing. Your life doesn't have to evolve around who people say you have to be, if that makes sense. I know my family, they really love the outdoors. And my brother, he loves to hunt. My dad loves to hunt. My older brother loves to snowboard. And those hobbies are amazing. Those hobbies are fantastic. And so, yeah, I want to encourage you, not just even picking up one hobby, try to pick up two hobbies. One, we got to be careful that we don't pick up too many hobbies to where then we are overwhelmed because we feel like we got to do everything. And I guess for me, even you could say another hobby is social media. I love to be creative. I love to get, encouraging, funny videos out there to make you guys laugh. If you guys think they're funny, I don't know. But I just think I think it's healthy. I think it's great to do. And just make sure that in anything that you do, that you're always honoring God, that it never takes away from your belief, that it never compromises your faith, that you're always there for God, and that you never back away from your faith. Never partake in a hobby that people could look at you and be like, should they be doing that? Should they be in that hobby? The perception of what you're doing is key as well. Not that it's about other people, but you don't want to do a hobby that's going to make people question your faith. And you know the hobbies I'm talking about. I'm not talking like if you're biking and you're doing something and somebody questions you, you shouldn't bike. It's not what I'm saying. But you know the hobbies I'm talking about out there. The hobbies that are not good. The hobbies that are not bad, that you should not be partaking in. So find a healthy hobby. And this is what I do. I've gotten this question quite a bit this last month. So I figured, hey, why not make a fun video to address it? Why not make a fun video to be able to talk about it? So if you would be so kind, I'd love for you to drop a comment. Tell me what your hobbies are. Maybe encourage somebody else to pick up a different hobby. So yeah, drop a comment. Make sure to share the video if you wouldn't mind. Yeah. If you don't either, it's okay. I don't care. If you don't like the video, that's cool too. But anyways, hey, I love you guys. Thanks for watching the video. Take care. God bless.